solemn, reflective music begins softly and fades into the background. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're venturing into a chapter of history that is often overshadowed by grand victories and strategic masterstrokes. We're going to a place where, for a time, hope itself seemed to vanish from the battlefield. This isn't just a story of strategy and statistics. It's a human story about the very limits of endurance. In the vast, brutal theater of the First World War, there were many fronts defined by mud, wire, and unimaginable loss. But few places captured the sheer, grinding despair quite like the Isonzo Front. Tucked away in the mountains between Italy and the Austro-Hungarian Empire, this was a conflict of staggering futility. Over 2.5 years, from 1915 to 1917, the Italian army launched 12 major battles along the Isonzo River. 12 times they threw themselves against heavily fortified mountain positions. Imagine this. You're an Italian soldier, an Alpino maybe. You're not fighting on open plains. You're fighting uphill, always uphill, against machine gun nests carved into solid rock. The enemy isn't just in front of you. They are above you, raining down fire from positions that seemed untouchable. The landscape itself was a weapon. The jagged peaks of the Julian Alps, the freezing winters, and the terrifying avalanches claimed as many lives as the bullets and shells. General Luigi Cadorna, the Italian commander, believed in one simple, brutal tactic: the frontal assault. He was convinced that sheer numbers and unwavering pressure would eventually break the Austro-Hungarian lines. So, wave after wave of his soldiers were sent over the top. The first battle gained a few miles, the second, a few more, the third, fourth, fifth. The gains were measured in yards, paid for with tens of thousands of lives. For the soldiers in the trenches, each new offensive felt less like a plan for victory and more like a sentence. Hope wasn't lost in a single dramatic moment. It was eroded, day by day, attack by attack. Think about the psychological toll. Every sunrise could be your last. The friend you shared your rations with in the morning could be gone by noon. The constant artillery bombardments, a phenomenon they called drumfire, would drive men to the brink of insanity. The Austro-Hungarian defenders, though having the advantage of high ground, suffered immensely as well, clinging to their rocky fortresses under relentless assault. They weren't just fighting an army, they were fighting a relentless human tide. The 11th Battle of the Isonzo was a fleeting success for the Italians, but it came at a horrifying cost and stretched their supply lines to the breaking point. This set the stage for the 12th and final battle, better known as the Battle of Caporetto. German stormtroopers, masters of infiltration tactics, joined the Austro-Hungarians. They didn't charge head-on. They used fog and poison gas to bypass the Italian strongpoints, sowing chaos deep behind the lines. What followed was not a retreat, it was a complete collapse. The Italian Second Army, its morale shattered after years of hopeless assaults, simply disintegrated. Soldiers threw down their rifles and fled. The front where hope had slowly died over 2 years finally broke in a matter of days. It was one of the most catastrophic defeats of the entire war, a national trauma for Italy. But here is the crucial part of the story. From the depths of this disaster, something new was born. The shock of Caporetto forced a complete overhaul of the Italian army. Cadorna was replaced. The strategy of pointless frontal assaults was abandoned. A new sense of national determination emerged. The army regrouped, defended a new line, and a year later would achieve a decisive victory. The story of the Isonzo Front is a grim but powerful reminder. It shows us that even when hope seems utterly extinguished, when the losses feel insurmountable, the human spirit can find a way to endure, to learn, and to ultimately rise from the ashes. It teaches us that the darkest moments are often not the end of the story, but the catalyst for a profound and necessary change. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into a difficult but important part of our history. If you found this story compelling, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more deep dives into the past. It really helps the channel grow. We'll see you in the next one.